started working in PwC to get into financial services. Like I knew I wanted to move to Dubai, applied to a bunch of companies. PwC gave me an offer and I took it. Worked there for a couple of years and I moved to Saudi. That was the most interesting part. Like as part of PwC, we consulted for a lot of companies, family offices and whatnot. And one of our clients was a Saudi prince, like a member of the royal family that was not in the political side of things, but he's like a businessman. And he essentially wanted to hire me as part of PwC. Ended up quitting and moving to Saudi to work with him full time. Those were like some quite exciting years from a work perspective, because was significantly more money than a traditional family office you'd imagine. Like you're talking billions of dollars, but it's not as organized. So it was like an amazing opportunity. You make a small change and the impact is absolutely massive.
What was your lifestyle like?
It was quite... so when I didn't want to move to Saudi, like Saudi wasn't a place that I was interested in living. You know, I had left Jordan to move to Dubai and was happy living in Dubai at the time. And I guess I was 24 years old at the time.
Just hanging out with a prince.
Voila, I worked with him as part of PwC. But then when he gave me an offer, or when he said that he wanted to hire me, I'm like, yeah, I'm not interested to move to Saudi. And then I basically agreed on a deal where I'd be able to fly back to Dubai every weekend. So it's like a 1-hour flight. I'd work in Saudi from Sunday to Thursday, and then Thursday night, go to Dubai, come back Sunday morning.
What about, I don't know anything about Saudi. Like, what is it like there?
Yeah, so now it's changed a lot. Like this was 2015, 16, when Saudi wasn't, let's say, socially liberated, which is the case after the new ruler came in and made lots of social reform. Like, I think politically everyone is crap. Like that. I don't have an opinion on politics because I think all of it's crap.
Mm-hmm.
But at least internally, there's been a lot of changes. Like when I used to live in Saudi, it was significantly more conservative. Stuff like there's like 5 times a day when there's prayer time and the shops have to close at the time. Like
Gotcha.
Not praying, the cashier is not praying, like let me buy my food. But yeah, so that's something that they changed. Now they no longer close during prayer time. It's like, yeah, weird shit, man. You can't buy alcohol in Saudi, for example. Like I used to buy my alcohol from a dealer, and literally, like it's as if you're buying weed or coke or whatever.
Yeah,
you're buying drugs. And like a bottle of Black Label is something like $500.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's insane because it's black market.
What was the like day to day though working for this guy?
Well, he's educated, he's smart. I know. So basically, initially when I started working with him, it was about putting like a structure for the various companies they have and the various assets. A lot of my work was dealing with others, representing him, dealing with others. So dealing with him was fine. He was like quite logical most of the time, and we became friends. Yeah, he's like 34 years old, so you're not dealing with like an archaic mindset or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
He studied in Canada, etc. There's very relatable.
But he needed like sort of a person that boots on the ground to go make things happen on his behalf.
Yeah, kind of. Someone that he could trust to, because there was no way for him to possibly manage everything. It's a lot of business, it's a lot of money. And yeah, I guess day to day involved coordinating with all the companies that they owned, figuring out what to sell, what to buy. Yeah, it was exciting, and I got him into crypto. That's kind of my initial foray into crypto as well. Like on a serious note, at least, with serious money. So yeah, day to day was crazy. In Saudi, he used to wake up quite late. Yeah, we'd start work at like 3 p.m., which is quite unusual. But when I first moved to Saudi, there was not even a company there was no holding company at the time. So I moved there without even signing a contract. It was quite informal to start.
Were you like living with him too? Were you in like a palace or something?
لا, I actually, so he used to live in Riyadh, the capital. I used to live in their guest house in Jeddah, which is like a city on the west of Saudi. It was on the beach. It was really nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was
For
very
24-year-old, this sounds terrible, dude. I can't imagine being on the beach.
I also totaled them like an SL55 AMG that I was supposedly given for transportation, and yeah, fucking totaled that.
God damn.
Wasn't great. But no, honestly, it was very interesting 3 years, I'd say, because Saudi is, from an economic standpoint, there's so much opportunity because services, products, etc. There's a lot of demand for them that's underserved.
Yeah, with the lack of infrastructure, like just development.
100%.
Yeah. So this is one thing I really wanted to ask about, so you're working for this guy and you get interested in crypto,
so I've known about crypto since Purdue. Barely interacted with it, didn't buy much, didn't go all in, any of that.
Hey, if you like that video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and follow our page for new weekly content.